Thursday Night Football involving LeBron James and Maverick Carter's TV show, The Shop, that's normally on HBO, but they've made a deal that they're going to watch the game from their shop, from their set. And we heard this yesterday. Tom Pelissero gave us a heads up that Odell was going to be on The Shop. And so Odell was on it. And I guess Maverick Carter, towards the end of the game, got around to asking Odell, hey, have you made your decision? Mm-hmm. And he said it would be nice if you did it on The Shop, but tell us what's going on with you and your decision. Because as we know, having had both CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys and Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Bills, on this program and asked them how the visit went, and you heard Jerry Jones confirm that what Sean McDermott also confirmed, Odell's not working out for the teams, not getting out on the field, so you're going to have to sign him sight unseen. And then Micah Parsons of the Cowboys said he was told by Odell that he won't be able to get on the field for another 5 weeks, which means the playoffs. And as Tom Pelissero pointed out, that sets up
don't talk about playoffs.
Something we didn't see coming.
Playoffs?
Odell either not being ready to play in the regular season. We all thought it would be like last year with the Rams. He would get there in the middle of the regular season, this time because of injury, not till the end of the regular season. Get up to speed, get in there, break a sweat, get on the same page with his teammates when the action was definitely live, but not one and done, go home.
Right.
Loser goes home live. We all thought that would happen. And not only is that not happening, but Odell just added an interesting little twist to this whole thing.
I'm done. I'm done.
Made it sound he's not going to play in the regular season, not because his knee doesn't hurt. It's because doesn't want to. Is what he had to say.
I haven't made the decision, and for me, it's like I would like to be in a stable environment, get up 6 a.m., leave at 6 p.m. for 4 weeks, and then let's talk about it. I've played football for a long time. Like I'm not saying that I couldn't step in and play regular season, but I don't see the point.
I don't see the point.
I really don't. Like I would rather play when that pressure's on. I would rather play when the lights is on. Like I went through the whole playoffs, and I was after having my first bad playoff experience. Like all I was ready for was
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
The bad playoff experience he's referring to, I would imagine, is the
Giants.
And that he cleared off his name was last year with the Rams.
Right.
Correct. And as if there already isn't enough question about his knee's readiness to stand the test of an NFL game when the chips are down because he's not working out for teams. Now, folks are going to be wondering that even more.
Yeah. This guy.
Why wouldn't he play in the regular season? It kind of doesn't make sense to me. And as you know, I'm always offering unsolicited 2 cents to Odell, including the idea that he should every year jump in to an NFL season mid-season by offering his services to the highest bidder in a free agent style sweepstakes once the trade deadline is over, and he can pick and choose where his best chance to win a ring is.
Took your advice to heart, it seems.
Well, I don't know if that's what it is, though. Because I'm wondering about his knee's readiness when I hear comments like him saying that he wants to go to a spot and come in at 6 a.m. and leave at 6 p.m. In other words, be first in the building and leave 12 hours later after he's in the playbook and he's in the jet stream of a team off the field. Mm-hmm. And then we can talk, meaning test his readiness then? What does that mean? We can talk. That could just be another phrase of like, okay, then we can actually talk business about getting me out on the field for me to do my thing. Mm-hmm. I think that's a phrase that's how he's using that phrase as well. Then we can talk. I'm sure there's some folks will be like, well, what do you mean? So you're going to sign with the team and then you'll have to negotiate your way on the field?
Right.
I think what I'm seeing here, because it makes no sense to say the lights aren't on until the playoffs, for instance.
Said that myself.
The Giants could really use him to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, every game the Giants play from here on out, Philadelphia this week,
Washington next week
against the Commanders that NBC flexed into. That's under the lights.
Up.
The whole country's going to watch that one. Playoff spots on the line. The Giants then play Philadelphia again at the end of the season.
We're going to destroy
they need them. They're at Minnesota. These are going to be games that are basically of major playoff importance. So the regular season games aren't insignificant at all to the Giants.
No, they're like playoff games.
To make it. How does the game for the Dallas Cowboys against the Philadelphia Eagles on Christmas Day feel to you in terms of level of importance and lights being on and the whole country paying attention to the result?
Playoffs? Don't talk about
that. Sounds pretty big to me.
Yeah. You kidding me?
And then Buffalo's interested in his services, right? The difference between being the 1 seed and having Kansas City, everybody come to them, and Kansas City or maybe even Cincinnati being the 1 seed and they've got to go there in the playoffs, I'd say that affects a Super Bowl chance and run significantly, wouldn't you? And you want to talk about a game under the lights. How does Monday night, the final Monday night football game of the regular season, Week 17, January 2nd, Happy New Year, everybody. Cincinnati hosting Buffalo. How does that sound to you?
A huge game.
Jamar Chase is running all over the place, and we're talking about his incredible ability, and Odell knows all about making catches on Monday night. So to me, what this sounds like, some people will take it like he doesn't want to play because he's not ready. His knee won't stand the test. And he wants his money now, and he wants his money next year. So he's hiding the fact that he's not ready. People might be saying that. Or, as you know, he put out that chess piece on his Twitter feed. Maybe this is his way of saying, hey, Jerry, you want me now? I don't think I'm needed now. I'll come into your building now, and then I'll play for you once the playoffs hit. But if you want me now, how about you up that money? How about you stop talking about my knee? Maybe this is the game of chess he's playing.
Yeah, he's looking for a long-term spot.
Maybe he wants more money now and more money later. And if you want his services in the regular season, which is neither here nor there to him, maybe you need to come more correct, everybody. Maybe that's the chess piece that he's talking about.
Bullshit.
It didn't really make much sense to me that the regular season doesn't mean anything. It means a hell of a lot to these teams. Buffalo really needs to win that game in Cincinnati, by the way.
They need to win that one against the Jets.
Cowboys, if they want a shot at the division in the 1 seed, they need some help from the other teams playing Philadelphia, and then they have to take care of their own business on Christmas weekend. And the Giants could really use him. The difference between making the playoffs or not for the New York Football Giants could be Odell coming back or not, unless he's not ready. So many questions.
Ready. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, that this literally does not work. Wait a minute, I'm trying to understand. Oh, hold on, let me get the lights on here. MC talking about enjoy your little pep rally. Little pep rally. What are you talking about, MC? MC? Come on, man. Now you're one of those resident Eagle fans that we allow to come in here. Now just be cool, man. Be cool because real haters.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, real hating, man, that's like an art form, man. It's like you like a born a hater, like myself, man. A lot of cats think they hate, but, man, I'm mad, I'm mad at everybody.
I'm mad at everybody, yeah.
Brother got a nice car. Man,
why you got a nice car?
I only got one car.
I only got one car.
3 cars or a wife or all that, man. That's played out, man.
It's played out.
Till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me, you know what I'm saying? Because, that's what real hating is all about, man.
Now, I have to say, right now, because I'm so excited for a multitude of reasons.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice, check 3. Are you ready?
Are you ready, Mike? How you doing, man? It seems like it's been forever since you've been here.
And shout out to Baker Mayfield for that performance.
We're gonna get to Baker Mayfield and whether or not the NFL is scripted or not. We're gonna get to
you don't
that.
have to get all that, but that was a good performance in the fourth quarter.
Well, okay, but I'm not ready to give it all to Baker as much as I'm also ready to give it to Josh McDaniels. Sucks as a coach. That is the fourth time they've had double-digit leads and lost.
And Thursday Night Football too.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know how he still has a job. I don't understand how he still has a job. But let me go ahead and say hello to all the good people because we got Miss Hot Sauce in here. And Miss Paula Bettis, she ordered not one but two. All I want for Christmas is to beat down to beat the hell out of the Eagles. Although she got the anti-shirt on there, she got one that was custom made for the Eagles. She must have a friend that's an Eagle fan. I just don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that. There is Stacy Schubert. What's up, Stacy? Stacy, I'm hoping to see you at our tailgate at FedEx Field. There's Mary Lon. What's up, Mary Lon? We got Angelica Barone. We got both of your prints cut and already painted. So we're going to be sanding them out and putting varnish on them tomorrow. Brian SoCal. Brian, my apologies because I forgot to, remember we had the bye week. I was supposed to get together with you and my wife was looking for some designs to be made. My apologies. I messed up on that, bro, but I need you. I definitely need you. Dem Boys Kicks, what's up? Mary Lon, what's up, Mary Lon? Did I get you before, Mary Lon? And then there's Kelly. What's up, Kelly? And if I missed any of the lovely ladies in the place with the style and the grace, please let me know. Did I get I got Angelica. Didn't I get Angelica? Okay, I got Angelica. Where's Joanne Gonzalez? Where's JoJo? Damian French. Okay, shout out to Damian. See, Damian, you must have got the email to say it's on the way, didn't it? Yeah, it's on the way, buddy. It's on the way. So we've been busy in the workshop, and I'm so happy to have Michael back here. We're actually like a team because, see, Mike is good at setting up and putting the artwork on the machine and things like that. I'm the guy that does the finished work on there. He's the guy that ships it. I don't know that you could you do it without me? I don't know that I can do it without you.
You're good at the sanding.
Well, because there's an art to that. And there's Gina Thorne. What's up, Gina? Okay, so I woke up this morning. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. And many more times would be appreciated, okay? I thank you. But I woke up this morning to hearing that clip of Odell Beckham Jr. basically saying, and this may be he misspoke because he was covering up for the fact that he knows he's not going to be able to play football right now. But the way it came across was like, oh, regular season, it doesn't mean anything. It's like, do you remember 8-8 for the Cowboys with Jason Garrett? Where it was every single year, it was if we win that last game, we're going to the playoffs. And we lost it. And I'm sitting here thinking in my mind, what do you mean? When the games matter? When the games matter? What?
Also in those seasons, we won the first game of the season, too.
Right. So but it was like...
we had to lose the first game.
Paula Bettis. Oh, it's for your sister. Okay. But you haven't disowned her being an Eagle fan?
You can't disown family.
Damn, Chris May, you said you almost didn't wake up this morning? Damn, I hope you're okay. But when I heard that, I was just like, the hell with this guy. When you literally say, oh, well, the regular season doesn't matter. I'm going to be here when the playoffs come around. And it's like, what about those 53 guys that have busted their ass to make sure the team gets to the play? You're going to say that all the work that they did, all of the lifting weights, all of the OTAs, all of the practices, all of the ice baths and the heat, all of the reps, the shots, the injection, those games, all of those plays, the beat down that they took, you're going to say that doesn't matter, and you think you're going to come in here and just get the glory?
And then you have to cut one guy to put him on the roster who's been there since day one.
Yeah. I'm just like, I was like, what? No, bro. See, that's I hate to say this, and I don't mean no offense. And when somebody says I don't mean any offense, they're about to offend you. You know that, right? When they say I mean no offense, be prepared to be offended. But I'm sorry, but that's this generation now that expects instant gratitude. Okay, that they don't want to put in the work. And instead of putting in the work, they want to blame somebody else, or have a hissy fit. There is Lisa, what's up, Lisa? How are you doing? So now, in my mind, I fell for, I got sucked into the whole hype of, but Odell, look what he did in the playoffs, and he's a great player and he can help us and all. But I'm sitting here like,
he had 2 plays in the Super Bowl, I think.
Well,
2 plays.
Here's the thing. He's had 5 games in the playoffs, okay? Now, again, he was talking about that bad taste in his mouth, okay? See, and this was what bothered me, because this is where I said, if Odell Beckham Jr. comes here, I'm going to have to eat crow. I was looking for where I could buy some crow meat to eat.
But are you talking about when he got on the boat?
Yeah.
And then
here it is.
No, punch a hole in the wall?
He had been in the NFL, finally after, 4 years? They finally make the playoffs. They beat the Washington Commanders in D.C.
Yeah, Dak Prescott's rookie
in
year.
D.C. Instead of going back to New Jersey with his teammates, he left from that game and goes to Miami.
He wasn't the only one. It's like some more team of the players, too.
It was basically him.
It was him and some other players.
He was only maybe one other one. But here's my point. You couldn't wait. We've after 4 years being in the league, I'm finally in the playoffs.
Oh, and then he proceeds to go to Green Bay and have his shirt off.
And have 1 catch.
He had his shirt off talking about...
I think 1 catch and 20 yards. He was part of the problem.
Yeah, then he punched a hole in the wall, too.
But the way this is being sold, and actually, I'm forgive me, I'm going to get some hate. I know I'm going to get some hate and saying I'm wrong. But this ass kissing that we have been doing for him, the Mavs game and, Jerry Jones constantly talking, everybody, come on. We have been literally kissing his hind parts.
Well, that's Jerry Jones for you.
But it's not just Jerry. You can put the whole thing for everybody out there, because you would think that this is the playmaker coming back when he was 5 years in the season. That this was a guy who, last year
he's not Deion Sanders.
No, he's not. He hasn't busted. Okay, he had a nice run in the playoffs last year. 4 games, 228 yards, and 5 TDs.
In the Super Bowl before he got injured. 2 plays.
But other than that, he hasn't had more than 5 TDs since 2015. He hasn't had a 1,000-yard season since 2018. You're talking about a guy who's injured, and they talked about his knee when the Rams signed him. The reason why they didn't bring him back was they knew that they said his knee was a ticking time bomb. Okay, now that's not me. I didn't examine his knee or anything, but the word out there was his knee was a ticking time bomb, and they had to rebuild it. So if you're saying we had to rebuild the knee because they screwed it up the first time,
they did. That's the rumor. It's got screwed up the first time.
Have you guys? Well, you guys, I know you've seen the plastic surgeries where they messed up the show. I can't remember the name of the show. Somebody help me here. Thomas Garrett, what's up? Joseph Heatherly, shout out to Joseph Heatherly. I got to get to Joseph here in a second. But they have people that had plastic surgery that they've just screwed up the operation.
Yeah, because they probably went to another country.
Not necessarily, just for whatever reason. But you look at them, it's like, ah! And so now they've got another doctor that's coming behind who's trying to fix the mess up. And he fixes it. He fixes it so it's not as bad as it used to be. But it's still, you still look at him and say, there's something wrong here. What happened? It's like, well, you should have seen me before. So how do we know that this knee, that he wants you to sign him to a $20 million a year deal, and the dates keep moving from November to early December to late December. Now we're talking January. And 2 weeks from now, it could be, it'll be Super Bowl Sunday. Odell just wants to come play in Super Bowl Sunday.
You got the unicorn playing this weekend.
There you go.
He's only $1 million.
There you go.
$1 million.
There you go. Now, there you go. I'm seeing a lot of botched Mark. I'm seeing a lot of botched Mark. But me?
Eric.
I haven't actually, I mean, on my knees, I've had work on my knees. The work wasn't botched. Problem is my knees were screwed up. There's not much for them to work with. But be that as it may, they still function. They ain't pretty, but that was because they were burned and scarred and all that, and then the flesh-eating bacteria and stuff. And then on my knees, putting down flooring and everything else. So I mean, I just abuse myself. And you got to understand. See, one thing that drives my wife crazy is, see, I don't care how I look, and there's a reason. There's a method to the madness. Okay. No, the TV shows, Mark, not you. Oh, okay. The name is Bots.
Bots. That's what.
He's like, yeah, Mark, you'd have had a lot of bot surgeries.
No, he's talking about the bots. That's what it's called. Yeah,
botched, right.
Yeah, that's it.
The show was botched. Okay.
Or the Swan.
The Blue York Beatdown. What's up, man?
Another one, too.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing right here. I forgot what the thing was.
You're talking about your knees.
Oh, but we got to move on. My knees. Nobody wants to think about my knees.
You said something about your wife.
Oh, but
you don't care about your looks.
See, here's the thing: is you have to understand: are people looking to know you, or what they think you are? Boom. Hey, Mark, how does Cop Pizzle always have something going? Day about you. Pizzle is...
He is trying to get clout.
That's his clout. He's a clout chaser. Here's the thing. He's butthurt because I decided... You see right behind Mike, that shirt right there? That's another one of the shirts that my lovely bride made. That guy. And it's shout out to Joseph Heatherly, okay? Because Joseph, the other night I was talking about, they say good guys finish last, right? And I said, hate don't win. Hate don't win. And Joseph called me the next day. He said, I love that. He said, you need to do that in the shirt. In fact, he said, I'm going to buy some of those shirts so that way you can give them away. And I said, okay, cool. And he said, I want to get 2. And Joseph, your 2 are already made there, buddy. All right, we got a black one and a white one for you and your wife.
You give me the
and so we're going to be giving those away. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give them, we'll do a drawing and say, okay, and then we'll find out what size you wear. So that way, because we got medium and large and extra large and 2XL and, 3XL and so on. So we need to know what size you are instead of just making 10 of them and saying, okay, here you go. You won this shirt. It's a medium, but I'm a 2XL. Sorry, you get a medium. No. So that's what we're going to do it. My wife changed it to don't hate, don't win. But if you look at it, you see the white letters like says don't hate, win. So Pizzle, I tried to tone things down because there's a lot of people, we're all old people. We're all older people, okay? I'm sorry, the ladies, I know all of you ladies are 25 for the 25th time. But we're all older crowds, okay? We're not part of that generation of the WWE and screaming and cuss. And I tried to get away from all that. He is butthurt because I don't want to do that. He's not. He just is. I'm sorry, Pizzle. That's just not my brand, not what I'm doing. So he's doing his thing, which is cool. Him and Philly 500 have a bet, so somebody gave him a belt, like a pacifier.
That's almost identical to mine.
Right. I was hoping that'll be a pacifier so you'll stop crying.
Almost identical to mine.
But, be that as it may, he's betting that belt, which didn't cost him anything. He's got no skin in the game, so if he really loses it, what is he losing? With Philly 500, but Philly's putting up his whole channel for a week where Pizzle has control of it for a week. I mean, that doesn't seem to be very balanced at all. But you know what? That's on them. And he put in there as a covenant that if I stream the, because see, this is where you know that he knows his team's not going to win. This is where he knows his team's not going to win because he basically said, if I stream Philly 500 stream, because they're going to be together, then the bet is null and void because he knows they're going to lose. That's he's got no, you know, he's got
meltdowns this weekend. I mean, hey, we still got Rashid.
We got Rashid up in us. Actually, we actually have. This is actually going to be really cool because Michael Ward. Okay, you guys have seen the Ward family on here commenting from time to time. He's actually coming to the game on Sunday. Now this made me like, wow.
Is he a Cowboy fan?
Of course he's a Cowboy fan.
Cool.
But check this out. This isn't like, you know, he lives over in Maryland or D.C. or something, you know, like Rashid across town.
Yeah.
He's coming from California.
That's a 5 to 6 hour flight.
His flight lands tomorrow about 5 o'clock. He's like, I'm divorced. You know, my kids are all grown. He said, you know, I want to come to have a game with Mark. I was like, okay, cool. So Michael Ward will be here with us on Sunday. I think, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. That was here last week. You weren't here. I think he's coming. He's actually getting that butcher block that we got to do. He's going to be here in the house. My sister and my brother may be coming. So we're going to have a full house here. Daniel, hey, brother. Hey, Mark, my brother, bless you. So Joseph Heatherly, shout out to Joseph Heatherly, because we gave away Reuben Foster, U.S. Marine Corps. What's up? I remember when I said, don't knock Tyler Smith. He may be a future Pro Bowler. I said the same thing with James Washington. Under Dak might be the hidden gem. No way Odell is worth $20 million. You're right, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to get to that. But Joseph Heatherly has sent me some stuff. Joseph, I actually got the metal detector today. So I'm going to be trying that out next week. But I gave Reuben Foster got one last night. Okay. If you become a channel member,
which is in the middle.
If you become a channel member, or if you do a super chat like U.S. Marine Corps 0331, we end up putting you in the drawing. Now, we ended up doing yesterday's people. The only people that are in there are from the live stream last night when we watched the Rams games, and any ones that are in here tonight. Tomorrow when we do our live stream, we'll end up putting those in, as well as the game day on Sunday. So your odds are better sooner than later. And we'll do a drawing for that one tonight, too. All right, so.
Today.
Yes, Ruben Walls went out today along with pretty much, I think, just about everybody. Felix Garcia, I think. I sent an email back to you. You didn't give me your address to send it.
We'll send it tomorrow.
That's what's up, Sports Fanatic. So, you know, we're trying to spread the mojo and get some stuff around and everything else. Amen, Paula. So shout out to Joseph Heatherly. He said that he's got a couple more things that are coming my way that we're going to be giving away. I know he said that he's got some of the die-cast metal pieces. Go Texas Astros and Rockets. Love baby mama.
Should I put his name in there? Because he's not going to give us his address if he wins.
Well, he won one before. He didn't want it. But you know we won't see him after Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
If the Cowboys take care of business.
Of course, 93% of the country thinks we're going to beat.
Yeah, but you know what? We didn't have the big sub when we played the Green Bay Packers.
That's different, though, because the Packers...
And the Green Bay Packers beat us.
Well, they've been a thorn in our behind since Super Bowl I.
Well, so, David Mills...
That's different.
All right, so for the Texans, David Mills will be inserted back as the starter. The Texans have a lot to play for here, playing for that number one pick. And unlike some of the teams out there that are going to be in the top 5 picks, they actually get to keep their pick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they got, with the number 3, the 3rd round pick, they got Mills.
No, I'm talking about, say, like Denver will be a top 5 pick.
Yeah, they got to give.
And they got to give it to Seattle. The Rams will be a top 5 pick, and they have to give them to Detroit. Yeah. The Saints will be a top 5 pick, and they got to give it to the Eagles. So all those people that are just saying just trade first round picks and you think you're going to be great, doesn't work out that way. What happened last time y'all played the Texans? Well, let me ask you this, Eastside. What happened to the Texans the last time they played the Cowboys?
Talking about preseason, because you play them like every year in the preseason. Except when we play them in the season.
Ah, Chuck. Oh, my God. Chuck. Okay. Shout out to Chuck on the super chat. Don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, listen.
I kind of want the Eagles to win because of Cop. I hate to say it.
I mean, honestly,
I root for.
I guess we could say either way we get something.
I root for
if
Washington
the Giants win, it gets us a step closer to possibly winning the division.
I'd rather play on the road though. I guess it's better odds.
What did I call Ruben? Did I say Ruben Waltz? I mean, what did I call you? Ruben? He said, did you change my last name? Ruben Waltz. Man, I've been hitting the head a lot. Oh, I've got a big sub. Now, here's what we're doing for the big sub. We're going to have actually a taco sub because, see, I thought about doing the barbecue sub, but I just ain't got time. I don't have time to go ahead and get to slow roast the barbecue sub.
The pork for the Washington game.
Yeah, but we're going to do shrimp and we're going to do like fajita meat. So it'll be like a taco sub.
You kind of tricked me.
Who?
I thought you were talking about shrimp poor boy.
No, it's going to be a shrimp. No, man. No.
I mean, I know we're not playing New Orleans this year.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know why Basham was signed to the practice squad, James? Because they're trying to get any information, insight on the Cowboys.
Oh, he went to the Texans?
It's the Titans.
Oh, Titans.
Titans signed him.
Oh, that's the last Thursday night game of the season.
All right, so we brought up the unicorn, okay? Here's what I will say about James Washington. Washington.
He's cheaper than Odell.
Well, yeah.
He's cheaper than Odell.
And, well, he had the broken fifth metatarsal. But as opposed to your knee that exploded and then had to be redone a second time and you're still rehabbing.
The first time.
They said that actually he could have been. Yeah, Barkley may not play on Sunday, which when you look at that and you say they got no. Barkley has been kind of coming back down to earth.
Well, what Rod is saying is coming true.
But then again, maybe the Eagles take him lightly. I mean, they did lose to the Commanders. Wait, we kind of light tonight with the Eagle fans in here. Oh, Reuben Foster. I did. I think I did. I don't know why I called you Reuben Foster. Who's Reuben Foster?
That's a player in the NFL.
It might be. I
think Reuben Foster is a player in the NFL. I don't remember what team he plays for, but the name sounds familiar. Reuben Foster does play for the NFL.
The only thing, a Blue York beatdown, it sounds great, but what city? Is that a New York thing? Because, see, it's got to be themed like the city that we're playing. You know what I mean? So that's why we did the chopped cheese last time for the Giants. That's why we do the Philadelphia cheesesteak, steak and cheese when we play the Eagles, or if we're playing the Saints, it'll be a shrimp poor boy. So we try and do something, towards the region. So barbecue and tacos are some of the bigger things that they love in Houston. So that's what we're doing.
It's Texas.
So Joseph Hartley, you're gonna keep that going against me? Okay, all right. James Washington, believe it or not, he's a lot younger than Odell, and I almost have to throw out 2021 season because you had Big Ben, who was about as geriatric as he could be, and seeing him throw the football was painful.
Yeah, it was time for him to retire.
It really was. It was beyond time to retire.
Before the pandemic. That's how bad he was.
It just looked, that whole offense. That offense was a throwback. You wanted to throw it back.
When he was in his prime and they had the offense a few years before, James Washington looked good.
Here's the thing that's funny. Little known secret here. Odell Beckham Jr.'s career, he's averaged 13.9 yards per reception.
Oh, his jersey number.
James Washington has averaged 14.3 yards per reception. Doesn't have as many miles on him, and he's been here. And here's what I will say. Part of the reason why Cooper Rush was successful was because he was here and he knew the system. You could, and I know Baker Mayfield, which I still think was scripted. That's actually.
Well, you have to think about it too. Thursday Night Football, that's ratings are not that good.
I mean, wait.
The ratings on Thursday Night Football is not that good.
His number was 17. They scored 17 points. He literally got there. He didn't have enough time to have a cup of coffee.
He was number 16.
Uh-oh.
Da-da-dunt. Da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
She says, I miss you guys. You mean you miss that guy right there, right? Yeah, you miss that guy. You ain't missing me, Gina. We know that. 17 and 17.
But you have to think about it.
Come on, man.
It's Thursday Night Football. You know what they did one week? Well, for the telecast.
That was the NFL tossing Amazon a bone.
Well, that too. But you know what they did one week for the telecast? Even though I don't like the dude, they had LeBron James show, and guess who was on it for the telecast? Des Bryant.
Okay.
To try to get more people to watch.
You know what? I'll tell you what. At this point, I think I would take Des Bryant over Odell Beckham Jr.
Did his knee ever explode?
No.
I'm
serious.
He knows 5 routes.
But, you know, I'll tell you what. I guarantee you that Des wouldn't say, I'll just wait till the playoffs.
He'll come tomorrow if he could play.
That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't hear that.
Of course, because he...
Heck, as much as T.O. is trash Dak, I bet you the Cowboys said, hey, T.O., you want to play tomorrow? He play?
He said I'll come in as a tight end and not block.
One game at a time. That's right. But James Washington has the opportunity. He's been here at least with the Cowboys. He could have had the practice window open sooner, but because the Cowboys had those 3 games in 12 days, they really didn't have very many practices. So they figured we really want to get them ramped up and up to speed, ready to play when we actually have some practices, although they've kind of dialed back practices, like there's no pads this week. And so they have had him out there. He is allegedly good to go and will make his debut this weekend. Alan Williams, he does want to go to the NFL, but he basically trashed Dak. You know, he went to the Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp thing where he just said that Dak Prescott is not the guy that's going to be able to lead them, you know, anywhere and blah, 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 blah. So
get the right people around them. I mean, they could do great things. If we get a better coach, offensive coordinator, the sky's the limit for Dak Prescott.
Felix said he sent his email address. Okay, cool.
But we'll get out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whatever you need.
I want to beat the Birds really bad. Well, the question will be okay.
Now, what they beat the Giants?
I don't want to jinx it, but I think we should be able to stomp the Roaches in Eastside Herald. You know, the Texans. I think we should be able to.
Jaguars the next week.
And then we've got the Eagles. So we've got a couple of games that are...
2 games that we should be able to win.
Alan Williams, what's unbelievable?
The question is, what does the Giants game mean if the Eagles win?
Say that again?
If the Eagles win this week, what does that mean for us?
We still have to hope that somebody else knocks them off. We can beat them, and it doesn't help us any unless they lose to somebody else at some point. So the Eagles, I can't remember who they played.
I have to look it. I can look it up on my phone and see real quick.
I got it.
I got the schedule on my phone.
The Bears. They play the Bears next after the which could be a bad matchup for them. And then us. So they have the Giants, they have the Bears. We have of course us. Then they have the Giants again, I think. Or they have the Saints. Damn, how you get the Saints? Why can't we get the damn Saints? And then the Giants.
I wouldn't be here for the game to begin with. Because we got the last Thursday night game against Tennessee.
So when you're looking at it, we're depending on the Giants and the Bears and the Saints.
To one of them to beat them. I mean, I think the Giants will get them one time, but it might be too late. Might be the last game of the season.
Well, as long as we don't lose any.
I'm just saying, I think the Giants can beat them at the end of the season.
Now, the problem would be is if
But that's a little too late.
If we here's the scenario of where that game becomes important. See, quite frankly, for the for the Giants, they don't have to win this game against the Eagles because they play the Commanders the next week.
And they tie with
So
the
if they beat the Commanders next, that is actually the game of the season for the Giants is next week
tied
against
with
them.
the Commanders the first game.
Okay, but for the Eagles, if they end up beating the Giants, they end up beating the Bears, and then they lose to us, then that means and we don't lose any, then that means they can't lose the other two games. They may need that Giants game at the end.
I think the Giants will beat them at the end of the season.
In which case, they won't necessarily rest their players. Now, the Giants, of course, may need that game themselves, depending on what the Commanders do. So it's still kind of convoluted. You would love for the Giants to beat the Eagles, but without Barkley possibly not playing with the neck injury, then you're relying on the Bears before us or the Saints, and the Saints have already packed it in. I mean, Andy Dalton, I'm still trying to understand why they're sticking with Andy Dalton instead of...
Because Winston's a better quarterback than Andy Dalton. And you got players that don't want to play for the
Andy
man.
Dalton is not the long-term answer for them whatsoever.
Winston is young.
And Daniel Jones isn't it for the Giants.
You get the right coach for Winston, you have something there. He just needs the right coaching.
Sean Payton was good with it.
Yeah, he was, because he was actually playing good and not turning the ball over 30 for 30.
Dennis R. Mark, you win getting married. I'm already married.
I know.
What are you talking about? I've been married
I'm engaged,
twice.
but I'm not married.
Come January, I'll be married 18 years to my second wife. What are we talking about?
I'm engaged. I'm not married.
And I can tell you this, it's the last time I'm ever getting married. Jared, think I had said go Eagles, you would have used gasoline. Giants twice to win.
Oh,
you don't believe that. Ladies don't like the same old thing. They like variety. If you know what I mean. Well, Eastside, I'm sure that you probably get that with your women, that after they've had you, they want something else.
Yeah.
That you might be jaded a little there, son.
Yeah, I think
Mark's wife married a man with a full sports bar in his backyard. Bless her heart. Okay, well it wasn't a full sports bar out here when we got married. It grew into that.
That was after you had some company.
But here's the thing.
That was after you had some company.
Here's what's great about my wife. My wife is like, we should sell this house and move further out so you can have a bigger sports bar. That's the kind of wife I got. Stello, what's up, Stello? Stello was one of our. Did Stellos go out? Stello 300. I think.
Oh yeah.
He was a winner last night too.
300, I remember. Yeah, that one went out today too. I just got 2 channel members.
Maybe he meant Michael Anthony Fitness. Oh well, now that's a different story.
I need to get my own place first.
Well, you and who else? Are we breaking some news here?
No, I mean we're getting a place eventually.
There you go.
So,
I say we keep our money and go after Lamar Jackson next year.
What? Lamar Jackson's injured with knee problems. Lamar Jackson has 2 bad knees from all that running. Dak Prescott doesn't have knee problems. And can run a little bit if needed.
Last night, here's what somebody said last night. And see, this goes back to how stupid the Raiders are.
Yeah, the Raiders are.
Somebody said last night, we should trade. It's too late for this year. So, first of all, to say we should trade for thinking we're going to help them this year. A first and a second round to the Rams to get Jalen Ramsey. And I was like, are you seeing him getting toasted by Devontae Adams? So, here's the thing. Here's what was crazy. This is how stupid Josh McDaniels was. Jalen Ramsey was getting eaten for lunch by Devontae Adams. The second half, he didn't target Devontae Adams at all. They ran the ball with Josh Jacobs, who fell on his hand. You could see he was holding his hand all night. He was injured.
Yeah,
and they kept running him. He only averaged like 3.8 yards a carry.
I think they had his pinky taped to his ring finger.
And so, why aren't you trying? They only passed the ball 20 times. Now, was that part of the NFL script? I don't know. But it was kind of crazy. Okay, so Other news about the Cowboys. This is kind of interesting about AT&T Stadium.
Oh, yeah, the renovations.
They're going to be doing $295 million worth of renovations for...
To what?
They said probably it's going to be things that you really won't see. For like the infrastructure in there and some of the rooms and stuff. Because it's going to be World Cup soccer is going to be played there and stuff. But here's the thing that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they need to renovate some of those rooms.
Okay.
One of them.
It's only about 13 years old.
No, you remember one of the rooms is painted that the Olsen twins has, one of them.
Yeah, but it ain't $295 million to paint a room. They're going to do a whole lot more than that.
They got to pay for it to be painted when their lease expires anyway.
Well, here's an amazing fact for you. When the toxic waste dump was built, FedEx Field, they spent $250 million for it. Today's dollars, it's only $443 million. That goes to show you how cheap that stadium is. Today's dollars, if they were building FedEx Field, would be $443 million.
But
every stadium right now is like $1 billion plus.
But did they build the stadium or did the former owner build it?
I'm saying the cost of building it was $250 million then. And that was in 97.
Mm. And they haven't won.
Cowboys are just going to do some upgrades that you won't really even notice are $295 million.
That's how much it cost.
Just blow it up, Jerry, and make a $20 billion stadium.
No. Hey.
Yeah, $295 million.
But
here's where it's interesting.
Stuff that needs to be done, probably the maintenance.
He's putting into the NFL because see what happens is when you have your gate revenues, you share with other teams. Daniel Cromartie,
yeah, and the players get.
Hey, Mark, do a pulled pork and coleslaw. That'll be a real good sandwich. Put coleslaw on the sub. Daniel, we will be doing that at FedEx Field for the tailgate. We'll be doing like 3 of those.
Hello.
Ramsey got smoked like a Christmas ham last night. He damn sure did. But that's where I was like, somebody was like, we should give up a first and a second for him. I'm like, some of the ideas that people have, are you crazy? Ramsey has been awful this year. Awful. That whole thing that, Diggs ain't nothing like compared to Ramsey. Okay. Yeah, you're right. He ain't getting smoked like that.
He's actually putting in work, even though he's not getting the interceptions. Still putting in work.
Oh, well, he's shutting people down. They're not throwing his way anymore because he's locking people down. That's why Anthony Brown ended up getting the lion's share because everybody's saying we can't throw on Diggs. We're going to go the other way. It's not that Anthony Brown is bad. It's just every single play, the ball's coming his way, and nobody is perfect out there.
5 or 6 interceptions last week.
Oh, please don't use the term Xmas. Indoor stadiums are better.
Well, they're climate controlled.
Solomon, actually, all you need to, and I keep forgetting to put this out there, but I will tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, if you go to Community tab, I'll have the link for where you get the tickets. We're all in the same section. We're going to be in the red zone lot, so you can go through with the number that I have on there and get them from FedEx directly. And if you want to, and I'll have a link for doing donations. If you want to do a donation to help cover some of the cost for all the pulled pork, because we got to get 3 of the big subs. We got to get about 120 pounds of chicken wings and everything else. So what I ask is I don't charge people to come, and we end up having a lot of people that come to our tailgates that, don't necessarily know us or anything like that. And it's hard to kind of say, did you give me $5 or something like that? So what I ask is if you want to come, do a little donation, help out so we can get more and more food and everything set up.
Please.
What?
He's out here. He's like, this is a trap game.
It is a trap game
for them.
No, it's a trap game for us because, see, this is one of those games that you should blow them away. You've got literally the odds makers basically saying that even our defensive players have a better chance of scoring touchdowns than the offensive players for the Texans.
Only 8% of the country thinks that the
Texans have a chance.
Texans are going to win. Only 8%.
And see, that's what scares me. Because what's going to happen is everybody's going to pick the Cowboys. Oh, the Cowboys, they got this. Angelica Barone. What's up, Angelica?
Or are we talking about last night? Everybody thought the Raiders were going to
Yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, the Raiders, man! They could be a playoff team, and they got their stuff together, and they're favored." And Baker,
Baker Mayfield,
Baker Mayfield, Baker Mayfield. Okay, I bet you right now
he may have gotten the backup quarterback spot.
I bet you right now. Oh, beyond look, I bet you right now, Matthew Stafford is like, "Hey, we got that win." And he's looking with the side eye right now, Baker Mayfield.
But he's about to retire in the next 2 or 3 years.
He might be sooner than that.
I'm just saying, though.
Wait.
He has more years behind him than he does in front of him when it comes to playing football.
Angelica is 100% right. Every game is a trap game with the Cowboys. Texas' Cowboys score will be 28-20. I hope not. I'd like to see another 40-burger.
I do, too.
I might fall asleep in the middle of the Cowboys walking the Texans.
I won't, because the second half will be where
I did not. You're right. I did not have the sub for the Packers game. I did have 3 small subs put together, but it wasn't the same. And you know what? The same thing happened with the playoff game last year too. I didn't have a big sub either. At the end of the season, they were like, "We can't do the big subs anymore." So as our season tailed off, we weren't getting the big subs.
Also, too, we're playing at home. And we don't have a good record at home in the playoffs. We play better on the road.
Blue and Silver Nation, 45-12. That would be good. Nope, that game will be close. I'm going to go back where the Texans started. I know they're way down. Actually, the Texans, I want to say the Texans, for the most part, for most of their games, have been actually close, because if I remember right, the Eagles didn't exactly blow them out.
Well, the Lions too. They have a lot of close games. But
the Lions
can't finish games.
Okay, they're doing better with it. They actually, if they can win this weekend, they're in the playoff hunt. They've got 5 wins, 5-7. If they get this one, they're
because their division.
Okay, so the Giants beat the Texans 24-16. The Commanders beat them 23-10. The Dolphins beat them 30-15. Oh, I don't know why I was thinking everybody was close. They lost to the Browns 27-14.
You must be thinking about the Lions.
That's recent history.
Because the Lions had a lot of close games.
It must have been early on in the season. Eastside, your team is ass.
Yeah, the Lions are better than them, to be honest.
So
they tied with the Colts.
They tied with the Colts.
Oh, they beat San Francisco.
You lost to the Broncos.
No, but they beat San Francisco. They did beat San Francisco.
Okay.
No score. I'll give them that one. They did beat San Francisco.
You lost 16-9. Boy, that's a lot of points for Denver.
Yeah,
that's right. You lost to the Bears 23-20.
I mean, they beat the Jaguars.
You scored 24 against the Chargers, 34-24.
They beat Jacksonville,
You beat Jacksonville 13-6. Jacksonville, mind you, who did score 21 on the Eagles, or 20 on the Eagles. You beat the Raiders. Oh, excuse me, the Raiders beat you 38-20. Damn.
Tennessee beat you.
Now that's an embarrassment. Eastside, you lost to the Raiders like that. You got blown out.
Played like ass last night.
17-10 to the Titans.
Oh, don't forget about
29-17 against the Eagles,
and then
the Giants, and then the Commanders, and then the Dolphins.
And then the Browns, but it was mostly their defense and the special teams.
Yeah, and so now we got David Mills back after 2 games being off. Has been reinserted. I think Brandon Cooks is not playing either.
Yeah, they're running. Yeah, I don't think he is either. They're running back.
No star goes on my Christmas tree. Just an angel. Just out with 1 injury. Actually, it is only Leighton Vander Esch. Leighton Vander Esch has the illness. I'd like to know what this illness is that's been going around the Cowboys locker room.
I know Leighton Vander Esch playing.
But at least it's only one person that's got it. Usually we've been having it in pairs. But, he's questionable. That's the only person that's questionable. Everybody else is like, okay, you're good.
Vander Esch can use a week off.
Do I think that the Giants can beat the Eagles? Here's the thing that's crazy.
I think they can.
They can.
Anybody can beat you.
I think. Remember last year when it was the Washington COVIDs?
Yeah, they almost beat. They're almost in the same predicament as the Rams.
The Washington COVIDs had like 23 people out with COVID, right? They ended up getting a practice squad quarterback from the.
No, from us. Gilbert played for us.
Gilbert. Well, no, he wasn't on our practice. He was on New England's at the time.
But he was.
But they brought him in, and it was only like 24-17 or something like that. They barely beat them.
He had the same amount of time as Baker Mayfield.
It is a division game of a hated rival, and you're in a sarcastic. Ooh, Angelica's in a sarcastic mood. All right. I hope it's not jock itch. Oh, damn. Get some aftate on that.
I think so. Have the rules Saquon out?
No, he's questionable. He'll probably play.
Oh, he always plays if he's questionable.
I'm good, baby. I'm so happy it's Friday. I can relax and hopefully get some Christmas shopping done. Sorry, Joseph. Okay. Mom's always watching, Mark. Gotcha. I love weed. Are you smoking? You got okay. Cowboys 5 rings. Saquon is questionable. Yeah, he'll play. Yeah, I mean, basically for the Cowboys, whenever we've got somebody questionable, they always play. When they say doubtful, they don't play. I'm in Houston and these Texans. Tom Brady has never lost to the Cowboys. Yeah. But, there's always a first time for everything. The Eagles hadn't won the Super Bowl for 50-some years, and then they did. But this is where you've got the 49ers with, what is his name? Damn. Their third string, Mr. Irrelevant quarterback, the rookie.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
You got Tampa Bay. That's all of a sudden, they came from behind, another come from behind victory with Tom Brady and got a win.
They got Mr. Irrelevant.
They could be kind of getting themselves together, and it's looking more and more like we're going to be playing Tampa Bay, which, we're going to have to get that monkey off our bat. I just want us to win without injuries. 21-3 is fine. 42-12 Dallas. Saquon will be out there. Too important of a game. You're right. Blue and Silverback Nation, your Houston card is revoked.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sure he's hurt now. Cowboys coming for playoff wins this time. All right, so it is getting close to that time. Getting close to our time for our drawing here. I hate the. Oh, you hate the cold. You hibernate. All right, sounds like snuggle season to me, there, Gina. Don't forget 2017 and 2020, Houston Astros World Series champion. Why are we talking baseball, Eastside?
Because his team is not that good.
63-2 Cowboys. Come on, we're going to give them a safety.
I mean, Houston.
Stello?
Houston did win the World Series.
Yeah.
So that's all he can talk. That's all he has to root for. Houston is not going to win a championship. The Houston Texans are not winning a championship anytime soon. Maybe not in my lifetime.
Okay.
It'll take a miracle for them to win at least one playoff, or at least go to the Super Bowl. It'll be a miracle.
It is still a chance, Willie. I agree. It is still a chance, but you got to be realistic too. Again, we can beat the Eagles, but we need somebody else to do it too. And when you look at it and say you got the Giants twice, you've got the Bears, and who am I missing? New Orleans.
That's the one.
That schedule that they played. Here's the thing that's interesting because
I think
everybody talks about, Eagles are great, but they've got strength of schedule 27th.
Yeah, they got the schedule. They're beating 27th. Teams in front of them. And the teams in front of them are not.
We've had at least the 11th, so it's not like, we played the toughest one, but at least it's in the top half.
They just got fortunate that the teams that played in front of them were not that good that week. They just got fortunate.
Yeah, they sure did.
But they'll have a tougher schedule next year. Let's hope.
All right, so my hope is we can get out of there with a win, that we can get some work in for James Washington, and that he works out good.
Yeah, because Odell Beckham Jr. is a no-go as of right now. A no-go. And I like having a young quarterback that's only costing us about $1 million.
I say, Mark MH, even though we've been injured, we've only lost to you guys by 7 the first game and 8 on Thanksgiving. We are still a problem. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. Not disputing that you're not a problem.
As long as y'all got something.
Although I will say that last score was in garbage time against us. I mean, come on. That was garbage time.
Yes, for fantasy and betting, man, is all garbage time's good for.
Because we had the first place schedule because we won the division. The Eagles second in the division, so they got the second place schedule. And when you look at how the season devolved, it's just the upheaval. I believe that you guys can score for blocking and running back. Okay. Because the Eagles kicked Roger Goodell's ass?
What do you mean they did?
Willie says, I don't want to hear anything else about Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah, I'm so over him. All right, Mike, are you ready to do this drawing here, buddy? Yep. Are you ready? Not exactly. You're playing the Saints as opposed to Tampa Bay. You know that, right? And why I got to be old man? We played Cincinnati, and who did you play instead of Cincinnati? Steelers? Yeah, we played Cincinnati. You guys played Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers are not that good.
All right, who we got this time?
Somebody different.
Rhonda, help. Wait, where's Miss Biscuits at tonight? Help me, Rhonda. I ain't seen Rhonda in here with her husband. Her husband is a Giants fan.
Oh.
Rhonda, you get the football.
She might be making biscuits.
All right. So, yeah, her husband might be needing the dough. Okay. That's about all we got. It's it's been actually a quiet week for the Cowboys, with the exception of Odell Beckham. What's up?
Well, of course, they have to talk about Odell Beckham Jr. because Jay don't like to be in the media.
Well, here's how you know that the Cowboys are doing good, because they're not covered the same way on the Talking Heads channel. I mean, they've been talking about Odell, but normally it's, Dak sucks, other than Shady McCoy. Shady, of course, who's always throwing shade on Dak Prescott. You weren't here, but it was funny because if you listen to him after the Eagles came from behind to beat the Colts, how it was the best win all season for the Eagles. We blow them out 54-19, and he's just kind of like, they didn't show me nothing.
No, to come from behind to beat them.
No, that team, they just gave up. We
were beating them at about halftime. The game was over.
Well, no, it was 21-19 in the fourth quarter.
We didn't come from behind to beat them.
We didn't have to. No, we were never behind. Yeah, but see, the way he put it was, we weren't playing our best game, and so we found a way to win. Well, we weren't playing our best game, and we blew them out. But you know how that is. All right, good people. So Sunday we'll be here live streaming, of course. We won't have the Philly cam because Cop Pizzles bet with Philly 500. And that's cool. We're going to have enough to cover with watching our Cowboys. Although it might be one of those games that it gets so bad that they take it off. But we will have Rashid in the house with the Eagles.
That was just terrible.
Giants game.
What? Why did we get a wide receiver? Oh, they got some. Oh, damn, he a dog. Oh, shit, he is a dog. But what was he? That's a good pick, though.
Yeah. Stello, Shady McCoy is a homer. He's a serious homer. All right, so we got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I got to get the man cave, of course, looking good. We got more company and stuff coming through. We've got more shirts that we got to get out of here, as well as more plaques and stuff and things. So we're going to end this a little bit on time tonight. But get your shot glasses ready. And Mike, don't let me forget, I got to get some of that blue carousel and some more coconut rum this weekend. Don't let me forget that to get that tomorrow, man, because we got to have that. Yeah, it's empty. It's empty. Good night, good people. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. And if you are or have become a channel member and you haven't gotten your shot glass, on the homepage, on the community tab, there is a link in there to make sure you get registered, so that way we can get your shot glass and stuff on there, as well as other gifts and things and stuff that will be coming to you. So make sure you do that. And when you do get your shot glass, send me a picture, shot glass, or if you got a shirt, especially if you got a shirt, send us a picture of you wearing your Jobu t-shirt and things like that, so we can get you added to the list. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies, and I'll see you soon.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.